Every week, our Meta Ads clients ask us a similar question. What creative is performing in the account right now? And previously, we would give a gut feel answer based on a combination of the CTR, the CPA, hook rate, hold rate, alongside our own experience and understanding of what makes a high converting ad. But we had no way of tracking over time what attributes actually contribute towards a high performing ad until now. I built an AI agent which classifies every single ad and stores that in a database. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can set that up for your brand and how that can make your creative briefing process, your media buying and your creative strategy a hell of a lot easier. So I'll show you exactly how this works and how you can set it up for your own accounts. So the output of this is a creative library in Supabase, which is set up to link to the Meta Ads API. Now, what this does is every single day, we have a workflow in N8N which runs and it classifies every ad according to a set number of defined attributes, and it stores them in this database. So here's this example for this brand. All these attributes stored. So we've got the creative name, the ad type, the format, the hook text, the visual description, the sentiment. Is there a product? Is there a human? The dominant colors, the image URL, which we can use to also show a preview. We've got the ad copy. All of this is stored within this database, and this builds up over time, and every ad is only classified once. We've also got videos and images being classified. The benefit of this is we're building up a database over time of not just what a high performing ad is simply by classifying its like CPA, its ROAS, so its click-through rate, but actually what attributes make up a high performing ad. So instead of us saying that creative A has a CPA of £30 and creative B has a CPA of £40, we can actually look at the attributes between those two and pull, say, the hook text and the overall sentiment and compare the two. So I'm Zach. My agency, Vida Digital, has managed millions of pounds in ad spend for e-commerce brands. The number one bottleneck we're hitting at the moment with media buying is being able to analyze creatives at scale and easily report back to clients on type of ads and type of formats that are working right now in accounts. Creative analysis right now is quite fragmented. You'll pull your screenshots from Ads Manager, you'll pull your performance data, you might look at competitor research from Foreplay, you might look at your swipe files, but all of that knowledge is stored within a single person's head. So this solves that problem. It's a single source of truth across many different clients. So here's how it works. Every day, this workflow runs and it classifies every single new ad within the ad accounts that it's set up for. It takes those ads from Meta Ads API, it then runs them through a image or a vision-based model, classifies them across a number of different attributes, and then they land within the creative library here. And we've got this set up for all of our accounts now. Each creative is then classified as whether it's a static or it's a video. Is it a founder ad? What's the angle on it? Is it a problem solution one? Is it a direct response sales type ad? Is it educational? And that just really gives us all these rich insights that we can then use to feed back into our reporting and our creative strategy when we're trying to figure out, okay, well, this ad has worked. Why has it worked? And what can we do next? And it also really helps us identify where there are gaps in the account. You might look at an account and do analysis and find that actually 80% of the ads in the account are actually salesy type ads, and there's a real gap around educational type ads, whereas you wouldn't be able to see that quite so easily by pulling all that data manually and visually looking across all the different ads. So then from this data, we can generate insights. And for example, you might create a report that says across all of the ads live in the account last week, the top 2 best performing ads were 2 UGC videos which ran shared pain problem-based hooks with face to camera UGC style. And actually your 5 static ads which are running in the account, which are sales offer driven, are underperforming. The hard part here is getting their classification right across all the attributes you want to track. And then from that, you build the infrastructure layer, and then you can build on all the different types of prompts that you want to build out to answer different questions around the creative that's working in the account. Then what we do as a next step is we have a creative strategist agent, which takes the performance of the ads over a certain time period. It then marries that up with the database on the unique ad ID, pulls that data, matches it up, and then we can then query that. In this example here, we've set this up as a Slack agent, so we can call the Slack agent with the account name. This workflow would then pull a report for the last 7 days, which will ask about the top 5 best spending ads in the account in the last 7 days. The hard part is getting the database and the infrastructure set up and the classification. And then once that's done, you can build out lots of different workflows on that, depending on the types of questions that you want to ask. So here's why this matters. It changes the creative strategy conversation. Instead of sitting in a meeting and saying or asking the question, what's working in the accounts last week, we've got a very, very clear view of exactly what's working. And we've got that tracked in the database, and it's really speeding up the time to pull those insights. So when we're working with one client in a certain industry, we can then very easily say, transfer that knowledge to the same industry, and that knowledge isn't stuck in someone's head. It's also a lot cleaner because you're not just giving opinions on why things are working or not. You're actually able to give harder data on why things are working. So a couple of caveats with this. It doesn't work with whitelisting because you have to own the Facebook page to get a video URL. So that's excluded from any of this. The other caveat is that the classification is never going to be perfect because it's an AI-based vision model, which is classifying these. So there's always going to have to be that person reviewing classifications and reviewing the output for using any of these insights. So that's the first version of the tool. I think it's fantastic to be able to give creative strategists leverage. And if you want to set this up for your own brand, I'll link N8N templates and prompts we've used to set this up in the link below. Any questions on the N8N setup or the scheme that we've used, then just drop that in the comments. I'll be happy to help. And if you want to see more of the systems we're building here at Vida Digital to become an AI native agency, then please subscribe.